And welcome everybody to the West Gym here at Simon Fraser University. Howard Samura with you. So glad you could join us for another doubleheader on Clan TV as we get set for the evening's entertainment to open here. The women will be first tonight, and it will be the Simon Fraser Clan women hosting Northwest Nazarene, the Nighthawks out of Nampa, Idaho. And the great buzz in the air today. Nampa, the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks coming in ranked number 1 in the D2 SIDA poll, number 3 in the WBCA poll. The main thing to consider, undefeated, 17-0 overall and 9-0 in the GNAC. So an incredible campaign put together thus far by Steve Steele, the third-year head coach, and the rest of the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. Of course, it's a great opportunity for a Simon Fraser Clan team playing its best basketball of the season, riding a 4-game win streak. And it's special tonight because it's West Gym Whiteout night. We're excited to bring you a pair of exciting GNAC games live from Burnaby Mountain. More on the visitors from Nampa in a moment, but first a quick recap of the team's latest victory on Thursday. The defending GNAC Team of the Week Clan hosted Central Washington 2 nights ago, came away with a 79-69 victory. Down by a single basket at halftime, the Clan dug down in the stretch and pulled away to win by double digits. A terrific effort by the sophomore forward Ozzy Nabuko, who scored a career-high 24 points in the win. Also leading the team in rebounds with 11, another double-double for Nabuko, who is returning to the form of the GNAC Freshman of the Year. You can see her right there, what a game she had, the game of her Clan career in that victory over the Wildcats. As well, the senior leader, Sophie Swan, 14 points on 6 of 15 shooting, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals as well for Sophie Swan. The starting point guard, Taylor Drynan, 11 points and 5 assists. Samantha Beauchamp, 4 assists, and the GNAC's block shot leader with 6 more rejections in that game. And we also have to mention off the bench, terrific playing that 6-person role, Kendall Sands, the guard, 12 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 5 of 5 from the stripe, and 5 assists. So Simon Fraser continuing to climb in the GNAC standings as the team improves to 10-6 overall, 6-3 in league play with the win. Now comes the toughest test of the season against Northwest Nazarene. As we mentioned, Steve Steele, the head coach, in his 3rd season. On Thursday, the Nighthawks earned a hard-fought 86-73 win at Western Washington. As we said off the top, 17-0 overall, 9-0 in the GNAC. The second closest margin of victory on the season for Northwest Nazarene. Their closest being a 5-point win versus Colorado Christian outside the conference. Northwest Nazarene has not won against GNAC teams by less than double digits. There is the challenge for head coach Bruce Langford and company. Northwest Nazarene swept the season series against SFU last year. They won 88-65 in Nampa. They came to Burnaby and won 76-67 right here in the West Gym. Some of the numbers we can give you that really matter about this Northwest Nazarene basketball team. They are incredibly balanced. 10 players on this team average between 10 and 14 minutes per game. Their minutes played leader is also their scoring leader, Avery Albrecht, the fantastic player averaging 27.8 minutes per game, a 5'10 junior guard from La Grande, Oregon. She is their heart and soul, but there are so many top players on this team. Imagine a team ranked number 1 in D2 basketball, and their top scorer, Avery Albrecht, who we just mentioned, averages 12.9 points per game. There's also Ellie Logan at 12.5 and Maria Velez at 10.4. But you can go right down to almost the bottom of their roster. They've got 10 players or 11 players averaging between 13 and 6 points a game. Imagine that everybody contributes. If you did a minute per point scored, it's literally a saw-off right through that entire roster, and they are a strong physical team. We will have plenty of time tonight to talk about Simon Fraser and the women, also the men as well. They will follow at 7:30 against Alaska Fairbanks right here on Clan TV. Hope you'll join us for the second half of our doubleheader. Right now we're going to hear a buzzer. We're going to head to Anthems, and we will rejoin you after the Anthems for the starting lineup introductions right here at the West Gym. Howard Sarura, Clan TV, back with more in just a moment.
Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks and your Simon Fraser University Clan. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please
And welcome back, everybody. The playing of the national anthem, signaling the start of the player introductions here at the West Gym. And we are getting set for the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks and the Simon Fraser University Clan. Stephen James, our announcer, introducing those Nighthawks right now. Marina Velez, number 4. McKenna Walker, number 10. Ellie Logan, number 11. Avery Albrecht, number 15. Among the starters, and I guess that was Raquel Jardine as well in that starting group for the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. Simon Fraser now getting set to be introduced to the crowd. Taylor Drynan, number 5, the starting point guard at a Gonzaga Prep and playing her best basketball of the season right now for this Simon Fraser team, wearing number 5. Samantha Beauchamp, as we mentioned in the pregame show, 6 blocks in her last outing, leading the GNAC by a huge margin in block shots, and introduced to the crowd at number 20. Sophie Swant, number 21, senior out of Argyle Secondary in North Vancouver, the team's senior leader. Ozzy Nabucco, the career high, the most prolific game she's played at Simon Fraser, her last outing as well. And Jessica Jones, who can obviously just let it up. What a great player she's been throughout her Clan career. So a group playing their best basketball of the season is set to take on the number 1 ranked team in all of women's D2 basketball. And certainly there's an intriguing plot line involved with that one, because if you are a fan of GNAC basketball, you know that anything is possible on a given night here in this conference, and these teams know each other so well. Take a look at those standings, and you see the Simon Fraser University Clan with a 4-game win streak have moved into a tie for 3rd place. And actually, they would be sitting in 3rd on a tiebreaker with a win over that very Central Washington team on Thursday. So number 3 in the conference against number 1. But number 1 is number 1 overall with a 17-game win streak and a 9-0 record in the GNAC. It's going to be fun. Strap yourselves in and get ready for some GNAC basketball on a Saturday. Doubleheader time will begin now from the West Gym. And before the tip-off, we throw big kudos out to our executive producer, Gabriel Lind. Thanks for getting everybody on the air, and hope you enjoy the broadcast here as Ozzy Nabucco wins the tip. That's quickly Swan to Ozzy underneath, and Nabucco, 5 seconds into the game, is going to score it against the Nighthawks. Velez with the goggles down the court, and she's going to go right to the basket for the layup. I don't think we're going to see quite the frenetic scoring pace we're seeing here early. The overall final score here, but what a nice start by both teams. Velez went the distance there to lay it up and in wearing number 4. Drynan bobbles, gets her dribble back. Little hesitation, change of pace. Keeps that pivot, tipped away by Velez, who brings some nice wingspan at that point guard spot. Number 10 is McKenna Walker. Number 11 is Ellie Logan, as we introduce these Nighthawks to you. Number 42, the jump shot there. Raquel Jardine, the 5'11 senior, the hometown girl, right on an Nampa. And she's going to knock down that baseline jump shot for the 4-2 lead. Talked about the incredible balance on this team. You don't get to be number 1 by accident. They are just an absolute buzzsaw. And the Clan need the full 40 here to even be in the ballpark. Here's Jones. She's going to get blocked by Jardine. Nabucco wanted to wheel around and try and lay it up and in, but everything's contested. Here's Jardine running the floor. Look at their post running the floor and getting the layup. Number 42 pushing the tempo. 6-2 to lead Jardine with a couple of baskets in a row now with 4 points. Here's Jones. That's her shot, the big 3 ball off the front iron. In pursuit of that, Jardine got there. She tipped it out of bounds, so the Clan will inbound with 30 on the shot clock. Great energy shown by both teams here early, but the Nighthawks with a 6-2 lead. Drynan steps back for 3. Jardine battling with Beauchamp. It's going to go to instead to Velez. Quickly down the floor for Albrecht. Drive and dish up to Jardine, in and out of the cylinder. Keep your eyes on Albrecht. She is a tremendous player. Many say the heart and soul of this team. That Swant on the baseline, swinging it to Jones for three. Ooh, just off the mark there. Look at Nabucco and Swant both contesting for that rebound. And the foul is going to be on Ellie Logan. So Logan with the first foul of the game. Here's Dryden, just off the mark. Beauchamp extends. It looks like it's going to get tipped away by Albrecht, so it'll be Simon Fraser basketball. Here they come though. Nabucco got a piece of it. And quickly Dryden going to Ozzy, the spin move, and Ozzy Nabucco lays it up and in. What a great move there by number 32. 6-4 the score here. Ozzy flashing those moves, and when you're able to play with that level of tempo and athleticism, I don't care who you're playing. That is a first-class basket by Ozzy Nabucco. 7:13 left, just underway here in the opening quarter of play from the West Gym. Crowd filing in, whiteout night here at the gym. Great atmosphere. Here's Jones powering her way past Velez, right to the basket, and Jess Jones is going to tie the score. I don't know if Velez was not expecting that, or Valles, excuse me. What a power move by Jones, and now they throw the ball away. Jones had a terrific take to the basket there. Take a look on that Clan TV replay. And now back to live action. Jessica Jones again with the basketball. Velez guarding her again, and this time Velez stands in. And she will take the charge, and Jones is going to get called for the foul, and maybe that tells you what this team is about. They're gonna take it personally. They're gonna come right back at you. And Velez was run over like a freight train. She comes back and takes it defensively, and great job there by the Clan veteran. Great job there by Sophie Swant, and the foul getting called the other way on McKenna Walker. That'll be her first of the game, second team foul. Oh, there's an interception. That's Jardine. What a player Jardine is. She goes right down the floor and scores it. She is their post player, but does things you wouldn't normally think. Dryden the skip, back up top, Swant for three. Sophie drops down the big three ball. Sophie Swant. And just like that, the Clan with a 9-8 lead. Clan showing that zone look. They like to slip into Jardine. Great handle in the half court. Pop out for a three ball, in and out, and a great rebound there off the miss by Ellie Logan. Dryden, Jones, just off the back iron. Sam Beauchamp extends, keeps the possession alive, and Jones takes another three ball. Can't get the roll. Look at Beauchamp underneath, gets an offensive board and can't find the finish. Terrific play though by Simon Fraser from the hustle standpoint. Terrific effort on that last possession. That's McKenna Walker with the drive. Nabucco is going to get called for the block right in front of head coach Bruce Langford. 10 players on this team, average between 28 and 14 minutes per game. They have 3 double-digit scores on their team, starting with Albrecht, who averages 12.9. 12.9 is their highest score than the #1 ranked team in Division II basketball. That is a pure basketball team. Here's a turnaround by Jardine. She is not to be trifled with in the paint as well. She's got a 3. She finished on the break. She finishes on a turnaround post move. Impressive, to say the least, right now for number 42. 10-9 lead for the visitors. Clan want the lead back, and they're going to get it here on a short little jumper by Ozzy Nabucco. Off the sweet little dish there, in close by Samantha Beauchamp. Great job by Ozzy to tip it right to our broadcast location. There's a wild card factor here in terms of assessing where Simon Fraser, and we'll keep it here through the timeout, where Simon Fraser is as a basketball team as you look at this replay. They're finding Sam's little dish there to Ozzy for the jump shot. And as you look at Simon Fraser, if you scouted them last year and wondered about them, well, the last 2 players that touched the ball weren't even on the team last year. Sam Beauchamp leading the conference in blocks, and Ozzy Nabucco getting healed from an ACL injury after being named the GNAC's Rookie of the Year. So those 2 players weren't even on the club last season, and you look at trying to assess where Simon Fraser is. They also brought in 5 freshmen. And they really had some player losses in the front court. So if you think you know them, they really are a different team. And as it plays out and as they improve as a basketball team, they are, I don't want to say they're a complete wild card, but they could be one of those kinds of unexpected teams in terms of where they are. And look at those standings again. At 6-3 right now, they've won 4 straight in the conference. And they get their toughest test of the season right here against Northwest Nazarene. 4:34 remaining. And if you can take a look at that on our screen right now, athletics.sfu.ca/WBB Live. Today's game is being live streamed on YouTube, and that's where you can watch it. Live stats as well, available for this game at /live stats, and as well the game on demand, athletics.sfu.ca/on demand. And here we are back to live action, 4:33 remaining. Simon Fraser 5 of 13 to start. Nampa, the ladies from Northwest Nazarene, 5 of 7 make that 6 of 8. As Ellie Logan drives in for the layup. Leads changing hands on every possession here. Claudia Hart will check in at the next stoppage for Simon Fraser. Taylor Dryman now, the nice little skip back to Kendall Sands. Back to Taylor for the 3. Look at Ozzy soaring for that rebound. Drynan with the triple, knocks it down, Taylor Drynan! Ozzy Nabucco came out of nowhere to get that rebound, and Taylor Drynan feeling it. A full stride behind the arc, knocks down the big triple. 14-12 the score for the Clan. Second chance opportunity underneath, and you can't give that to the Nazarene Nighthawks. Ellie Logan with the finish there, the senior out of Wheeler High School in Fossil, Oregon. Kendall Sands at the other end just throws it up off the glass, can't get that one to go. Dish, 2-on-1, Jardine back to Logan, who can't get the finish. Ellie, a little snake bitten there underneath the basket. Sophie Swan very quickly to lens. Look at Logan getting in the way, and Sophie dishing out some physicality. Loses her footing though, and they will get a steal. Here's Nabucco though, cutting off the path of the player, battling for the loose ball. What a game we're seeing here in the early going. Tremendous action in this game as a sub coming in now for Northwest Nazarene is Jordan Pinson, a freshman out of El Paso, Texas. The Andrus High School grad, if you're watching us down in the great state of Texas, thanks for joining us here as Jordan Pinson hits the floor in her freshman season. She's going to run the point here wearing number 3. Kendall Sands out to guard her. Kendall slips the screen as Pinson. Dish for the jump shot there, off the mark. And now Sands coming up the floor for Simon Fraser. This game locked at 14 with 2:38 remaining in the opening quarter. Ooh, that ball tipped and out of the hands of Ozzy Nabucco, into the hands of Danielle Jardine. The Jardine sisters, Raquel 42, flipped that around for the other Jardine wearing number 24, that's Danielle. Nabucco will check out of the game. What a opening stint Ozzy Nabucco had on the floor for Simon Fraser. Justina Chan, the freshman, in for her. Ball goes astray. Claudia Hart picks it up, gets it to Kendall Sands, and number 15 down the floor, right back to Claudia Hart, the North Vancouver native. Swat now with the basketball. Double team closes on her. This time she'll put up a three. Just off the mark, and the rebound gobbled up there by Maya Rogers, the senior. She's got Jardine in the post. Double team comes quickly. Kick it back out for three, and they're going to knock it down. That's number 21, Maya Rogers. Transfer from Denver University, a Division I transfer. Emma Kramer has the shot partially blocked. Chan gets it. No reset on the clock, but they maintain possession. Here's Kramer. The freshman's going to turn it over. She wants to stop it, but she's going to get called for the foul. Carly Parker, the senior from Pocatello, Idaho. There's a theme here when you look at this Northwest Nazarene team, and of course those in Nampa will be very familiar, but if you're seeing this team once or twice a season, you're seeing them live for the first time perhaps, there's just an overall level of strength just in the base of these players that makes it so tough. This is the kind of team you watch, and you will see opposition teams bounce off of them just in terms of their stability and their strength, and they obviously are just a true team from top to bottom. And they wear teams down. We'll give you a great stat as we get to the end of this first quarter about what these Nighthawks are actually about in terms of their process. 18-14 is the score. Clan hanging around, and that kind of brings us around to what we want to talk about, and that is the fact that teams are amped up with a lot of energy to start games against this team. But we will tell you their best quarter is their second quarter. We'll give you the numbers there in terms of that scoring differential. When that first wave of early urgency dissipates, you then have to start playing basketball against these ladies. And they are so tough, especially in the second quarter. Here's Pinson. Drive underneath. Nice defense there by Simon Fraser. Sophie Klassen, I believe, the freshman there, getting the stop underneath. But it breaks down at the other end, and very quickly, here they come again. Pinson feeding the post. Jardine just at a horrible angle trying to finish that and couldn't do it. Swan with a loose ball. But an 11-second difference in the clocks here. Looking for Claudia Hart. Jardine gets her hand and knocks it out of bounds. I'm actually going to say Northwest Nazarene basketball, are they? Or? Oh, it is, okay. 33.7 seconds, 3.7 difference between the clocks here. 4-point lead and the basketball for Northwest Nazarene. Their starting senior, Raquel Jardine, not playing right now, was just terrific to start this game for Northwest Nazarene. Free ball hoisted off the back iron. That's not going to go there for Erin Jenkins, the Lompoc, California freshman, a 6-foot forward. Talked about that 10 or 11 player rotation, and it's amazing if you look at their scoring. To have 11 players averaging between 13 and 6 points per game is just solid right through the lineup. Down to 7 seconds. Kendall Sands back. Dryman would love a shot opportunity. Instead, Klein will hoist it, and they'll get it. Jessica Jones with a huge three to end the quarter, and it makes it 18-17 at the end of this quarter. Jessica Jones, if any player you want her hands on the basketball from Simon Fraser in a situation like that, it's Jessica Jones. What a shot. And she drops the big triple there, 18-17. But we can let you know that this Northwest Nazarene team, in their 17 games this season, their best quarter is their second quarter. A total of plus 128 points in 17 games. That translates to an average of 7.5 points per quarter better than their opposition. So So you can bring your adrenaline to the table, but if you don't come out with the same urgency, they're gonna smack you in the chops, so to speak. They are a deadly bunch in the second quarter, and we'll see what Simon Fraser does in response, because you can bet Coach that Coach Steele and company are going to march out that starting group to start the quarter. They're going to have Velez Walker, Logan Albrecht, and Raquel Jardine back out there, and you better be ready, because they are coming. Thanks again for joining us on Clan TV. Howard Samura, so glad to be with you with our executive producer Gabe Lynn. Hope you're enjoying yet another Simon Fraser Sports production here on Clan TV. And Northwest Nazarene with Velez will start it all off for us. Not the full starting group. Erin Jenkins out there right now. Look at the wheeling moves with Beauchamp, doing all she can. Great job by Sam against Raquel Jardine in the post. Trying with a chance to take a lead here. Just a little out of control there. They turn it over. That's Georgia Swant wearing number 10. She is the sister of the senior and team scoring leader Sophie Swant, a freshman. Tremendous high school career. Makeshift group out here, just the two starters in draw of three starters. Jones out there as well with Beauchamp. That ball is ricocheting. The Clan are turning it over both possessions now in this quarter. They've turned over the basketball. And very quickly, Ozzy Nabucco comes charging off the bench for the Clan. Skip underneath Jardine, you're not going to stop her. She is money in the low block and try and disrupt her process. Not an easy thing to do. 20-17. Northwest Nazarene with the lead here early stages. Jessica Jones puts it on the floor, comes to a jump stop, decides to shoot it, and she's going to knock it down. Jessica Jones, and that is taking what the defense gives you. Jonesy with a great feel for how the defense is playing her. Simon Fraser within one at 20-19 here. Velez to the elbow. Georgia there to guard her, but Swant's going to get called for the foul. Marina Velez is a 5'10 junior from Barcelona. Look at the international flair to the squad from Idaho. Velez with the make there. A shout out to everybody, all lovers of GNAC women's basketball. We're an early start here, and if you've tuned in to see I believe the standalone women's game in the conference today, thank you for joining us as Velez rips the mesh on that second free throw. 22-19, a three-point lead. Here's Taylor Drynan quickly down the floor. Who wanted the sweeping move off the window and hit the side of the goal there. Velez quickly for the Nighthawks. Whistle blows, and Velez getting a lot of things done by herself. Jones is going to get called for the foul. It's her second of the game. First line for the head coach. Letting the referee know what he thinks of the call right now. Or at least wondering how things are getting called. So Northwest Nazarene pushes their lead to 4 points. Avery Albrecht will check in at the next stoppage for the Nighthawks. Here's Kendall Sands, thought about the three. Shot on the baseline, misses, and Velez with a rebound. Velez the dish. Jump shot for three, he's not gonna go. Second chance to tee it up this time, puts it on the floor. And bodies hitting the court there as Erin Jenkins drives on the baseline. Jenkins now out of the game. And very steadily, Steve Steele, the head coach, getting his starting group back onto the floor here. Jump shot, high arcing three, beautiful from McKenna Walker. The senior out of Moses Lake, Washington, knocks down the jump shot there. 26-19, the 7-point lead is the largest of the game for Northwest Nazarene. Simon Fraser, they got the yips in terms of trying to keep the basketball right now. They are struggling mightily, just trying to hang on to the basketball. Oh, they're going to get it back this time. Jessica Jones will inbound it. 7-point lead for the Nighthawks. Dryden with the basketball, being guarded by Albrecht. Jones looking right down on the post, a double team there on Ozzy. She finds Kendall Sands, and Sands knocks down the big triple. Kendall Sands, a great job, and now a turnover at the other end. Ozzy Nabucco, and you take a look at that replay. Nabucco quickly out of the double team, and Kendall knocks down the big triple there. The respect being paid to Ozzy, they know even though she's given up size in the post, simply cannot be defended one-on-one. And she's going to knock it down, Taylor Dryden. Back-to-back triples by the Clan. And Taylor Dryden, what a huge shot that was, following on the heels of the Kendall Sands triple. And Nazarene coming right back down the court. Take a look at the replay here as Kendall finds Taylor, and the backcourt partnership results in another 3-point basket. Sophie Swant now, Kendall Sands out of the game. Sands, what a huge effort she gave. Sands' efficiency has got to be near the top of the entire conference in production per minute. Playing like the 6th woman of the year in the conference. Just terrific off the bench. Here's Jardine. Little handoff play to Velez. Nighthawks with the basketball and a 1-point lead, 6:43 to the half. Kick for the three, and they're going to knock down a triple. McKenna Walker's got a couple of them here in the quarter. What can't Northwest Nazarene do? Clan need their best 40 minutes of the season. Here's Dryden, puts her head down, drives into the paint, kicks to Sophie for three, and Swant knocks down the triple. Simon Fraser pulls to within one, but can they stop the quick transition the other way? Velez is a machine. She comes right at you, and a magnet to create fouls at the other end of the floor. That one being called on Dryden. See the longtime head coach of the Simon Fraser Clan, that's Bruce Langford. As we get back to live action here. Albrecht with the basketball. Clan doing a great job, a great scouting report on Albrecht. Inside they go to Jardine. Look at the power underneath, and it's an N1 opportunity. How do you stop that? Albrecht knows to play to her strengths. Jardine just knowing how to play to her strengths. See, she lowers her center of gravity and goes right through a double team. Foul going against Jessica Jones, and that's her third of the game. They're going to potentially have to react to that. I think they've got to get her off the floor. She's staying in the game. Oh, the N1 miss. And a loose ball scooped up by Walker, who almost scored in the game, but I think they're going to call a travel on that play. So the thought that the foul is not on Jessica Jones, I think that is what the Clan coaches are talking about. This is a chance for the officials to actually look at the replay monitor here. Bruce Langford says it's on his post, Samantha Beauchamp, number 20. You probably heard the whole thing there. They're right in front of our broadcast location. One of the referees closest on the baseline said it was number 5, Taylor Dryden, and another official has called number 33, Jessica Jones. And Coach Langford contending Jones wasn't near the play. So an opportunity here for these for the replay monitor to be used. I don't know if they're going to use it or not 5:58 remaining to the half. I think they are actually going to take a look, and we'll take a look at that last play. Clearly, we've got it spelled out, so we know exactly what we're looking for here. And so while that review is going on, we can reinforce what Northwest Nazarene has been all about in the second quarters. We talked about it. 128 points plus over the opposition in 17 games in the second quarter of play, averaging 7.5 points per quarter, better than their opposition in the second quarter. And Simon Fraser playing like they know that fact. They certainly have not let down, trailing by 3. We're going to see how the foul was committed here as the officials study the screen. Both Beauchamp and Jones were in the vicinity. We'll see what the officials say here. Yeah, I can hear the officials saying right now that the call will be against Jessica Jones. Clan, obviously, nothing personal when you're talking about fouls, but you don't want anyone on your team picking up 3 before the half. So Jess Jones, number 33, is going to get called for the foul. Like it or not, agree or not, the officials have made that call, and Jonesy will sit. And the game will progress. A long delay here, but they wanted to get the call right. Simon Fraser couldn't inbound the ball, and they will call a timeout. This Simon Fraser team playing its best basketball of the season, and those who follow the fortunes of the Clan well aware that this team coming into tonight is riding a 4-game GNAC win streak. They've won their last 2 at home. They won 2 straight on the road. And I think if you ever have a time that you want to play the #1 ranked team in women's D2 basketball, it might be when you have a 4-game conference win streak and you've got them at home. It's ideal, and the Clan coming off of a nice win over Central Washington. This is a great time to be doing it. So thank you very much to our minor officials for the numbers, and we'll take a quick look at those. Simon Fraser is shooting 42% from the field, 11 of 26. They're 67% from the field, though, in the second quarter, 4 of 6. Northwest Nazarene on the game, a healthy 57%, 12 of 21, but absolutely lethal here in the early stages of the second quarter, 4 of 5, 80%. They've hit both of their 3-point attempts. So they are doing a terrific job there. Another bugaboo for the Clan, and it's bitten them on a number of occasions. They're not getting free throw trips, and they have none in this game. The Nighthawks with 7, they're 4 of 7. But there is an aspect of dribble penetration against this Northwest Nazarene team. I haven't looked at the league stats, but I would say they allow the fewest free throw trips per game. They have to. They're so strong defensively. One bounce to the basket by Logan. Great job by the Clan, but they dig it out again. What a hungry team this Nazarene team is. Velez will command. She gets the ball to Logan. Albrecht, shot clock's down to 8. Beauchamp out to guard her. Albrecht right into the paint, splits the defense. And how many times have the Nighthawks done that? They take the ball at you, and they are the ones that get to the stripe. These are going to be the 8th and 9th trips of the game. No trips for the Clan in this game. And Albrecht now the team's leading scorer at 12.9 points per game. She'll rattle that one home. His team 5 of 8 from the stripe. Subbing into the game now, it's going to be Maya Rogers. Kazeli Logan's going to take a seat. Maya Rogers, a 6-foot senior out of Meridian, Idaho, Rocky Mountain High School, and a transfer to Denver University. I believe they are the Pioneers. And all Canadians are supposed to know that because of the tremendous hockey program at that school. Here comes Swan to inbound the basketball. 5:30 to the break. Kendall comes up to meet it. Kendall Sands, number 15. Gets past Velez, quickly on the wing to Drynan. Cross-court pass to Swamp, little head fake on Jardine. Sands probing, shot clock still healthy. Swamp will hoist a 3 just off the mark. Sophie had hit one earlier in this quarter. Here comes Albrecht. Always finishing with that right hand. Dryden now, right at the midway mark of the second quarter. Great cut by Swant to mid-range. Can't find the touch he wants from about 11. And Sam Beauchamp taking a hard fall there. Clan fans booing. You'd like to see the emotion from these Clan fans. Beauchamp got knocked out in the paint. It'd be nice to take a look at that one because the crowd, this is as vociferous as I've seen the crowd against the call in this building this season. So they must have saw something they saw pretty clear. Here's Velez, Dryden guarding her. Working off the high screen, she gets right into the low block and finishes with a nice little fading jumper. Velez, a sweet player to watch. Junior out of Barcelona. And actually, a shout out to those in Spain watching us if you're watching Clan TV in Barcelona to watch Marina Valles. But here's Valles trying to get the steal, and what a difference maker she is. She causes havoc every time the ball is in her general direction. They're going to call Dryden for the foul. That's her second of the game. Claudia Hart will check in now for the Simon Fraser Clan. As well, Georgia Swant comes charging off the bench. We're also going to have Danielle Jardine, number 24, checking in. Likely, I haven't seen both Jardines on the floor in this game. Here's Valles making the first. And indeed, it will be Jardine for Jardine. Sam Beauchamp and Taylor Dryden checking out for Simon Fraser. Glad to get a bit younger here. The redshirt sophomore Hart, who inbounds the basketball, and the freshman Georgia Swant. So both Swant sisters on the floor, just as the Jardine sisters exchange spots on the floor for Northwest Nazarene. Here's Kendall Sands, great skip underneath! And Claudia Hart with a nice cut on the baseline, but what a terrific pass from Kendall Sands. Here's Valles, the penetration dish, and 10 on 10, Georgia Swant. The freshman has a great moment there against the senior, McKenna Walker. That forces a change. And Northwest Nazarene brings in Carly Parker. Great job there by Georgia Swant. Those are the kind of plays that help you develop your confidence defensively. Great give and go. And Swant puts up a shot. Couldn't even see the hoop as she's spinning. She just hoists it. Doesn't go for her, and very quickly come the Nighthawks down the floor. Jardine trying to gain position on the baseline. Danielle Jardine, and I think Claudia Hart knocked it out of bounds. Indeed, Valles will inbound the basketball with 23 on the shot clock. Pinson as well now, the freshman out of El Paso, now into the game. Take a look at that Claudia Hart layup by our Clan TV replay, and a great dish, as we said, by Kendall Sands on that play. Clan keep within shouting distance, down by 6. Ooh, Hart had a great path to the basket, couldn't get to it, the basketball rather. And there is something about Northwest Nazarene's dribble drives to the rim that just are consistently generating fouls and free throws. I'm not sure what the free throw trips are. I believe they're probably about 10 or 11 to nothing at this point. Maya Rogers with a make on the first. Georgia Swant jumps on a loose ball to sister Sophie. And Georgia now back in control with the basketball. Finding Nabucco. She's been quiet. We're obviously gaining a lot of attention from the defensive schematic of these Nighthawks. Nighthawks in a zone look here as Georgia to the baseline. Skips underneath to Claudia. And Hart, the whistle blowing before she got into that shooting motion. Free throw trips in this game right now are 13 to nothing. Clan with 2:56 remaining still have not gotten to the stripe. Here's Georgia for three. Just off the mark. Ozzy with a great old board right back to Georgia. Sophie's going to tee it up. That one off the mark, I think, off the back iron. Ozzy with her second old board, can't score it. Underneath. Tough break underneath for Ozzy Nabuco. She's coming back from an ACL, and you never would have known it. She looks better than she's ever looked in terms of her dynamic play on the floor. What a player Ozzy Nabuco has been for the Simon Fraser Clan in her return this season. Took her a couple games to get into the flow, but you're just starting to see the instinct she has for the basketball, the leaping ability she has, the dynamic lateral movement. What a package of skill for Ozzy Nabuco here with the Simon Fraser Clan riding that 4-game win streak in the GNAC. Of course, the Northwest Nazarene, I want to say Crusaders, they are the Nighthawks, coming in here with that 9-0 record, 17-0 overall. Something's got to give. And Simon Fraser doing their best to try and get over a huge hurdle here. They're trailing by 7, playing great basketball, but Northwest Nazarene, we've talked about getting in front of a runaway train, and that's what they can become. Here's Pinson. Freshman finding Albrecht. Back up top to Maya Rogers. So a foul being called on Northwest Nazarene. I believe the foul being called against Danielle Jardine, getting called for the foul. I think there was a hook underneath there. Here's Claudia Hart to Sophie Swant. And now Georgia with the basketball in the backcourt. Georgia crossing half court wearing number 10. Ooh, we're jumping in the passing lane there. That's Avery Albrecht, and that's an instant too. And Albrecht will lay it up and in for a 9-point lead, which I believe is now the largest. Indeed, the largest lead was 8-9, now the largest lead of the game with 2 minutes to the half. #1 ranked team in women's Division II basketball. Spin move by Hart off the window. Can't get the finish she wants there. Northwest Nazarene now with the ball. Simon Fraser doing a great job here defensively in this quarter when you think of what they've done in the second quarter against teams, but here they are building their lead now to 9, now to 11. Claudia Hart with the basketball, getting it to Georgia. Swan to Sands. Final 85 seconds of this half. Here's Sophie to the baseline. Short little running hook's not going to go. Ozzy Nabuco pursues the ball on the baseline. And Jardine is going to get called for the foul underneath. So Ozzy Nabuco to the free throw line. Different iterations of this Clan basketball team. If they had perhaps more front court depth, more bigger post type players that could come in, you would see Ozzy not having to go down and take that physical pounding as much inside. But how effective she has been incredible. She goes down and plays 4 or 5 inches taller than she is. Down in the block, what a great job there. 41-32, it's a 9-point Clan deficit. And a quick strike 3, just like that, is a dagger. Northwest Nazarene with a 12-point lead. Work your physicality down low, get to the stripe for your first free throws of this half, and they come right back down. The shot clock barely expired and hit the dagger 3. Foul being called against the Nighthawks, though, and that's going to be Erin Jenkins, the 6-foot freshman out of Lompoc, California. So Sophie Swant now at the free throw line. Clan getting their trips here in the final minute of play. It was 13-0 in free throw trips until these last 2. And Sophie hits the second. 11 points the deficit here as we get to under a minute remaining. Pinson. Clan can be imposing at the top of that zone with Beauchamp's wingspan. And it yields a turnover with Sands and Beauchamp at the top of that zone. Here's Sienna Lenz, the rookie. Oh, and Sienna, I thought she kept that pivot. They're going to call the travel. So a tough break there for Sienna Lenz. That's Pinson. Looking for Jardine. Sophie Swan, a great job, and Ozzy swoops in to grab the basketball. Sienna the handoff now to Kendall Sands. 15 seconds left, down to 14, down to 12. Kendall with the basketball, driving, dishing. 3-ball for Sophie from the baseline corner, bingo! Sophie Swan, a beautiful basket from the baseline corner for 3. And looks like that, they are under double digits. They're trailing by 8 at the half. And Coach Steele is not happy. He has marched out to half court to talk to the officials, but Simon Fraser has played just a terrific game. And I better jump in here. We very quickly will grab Ozzy Nabuco and thank her for joining us. Talk about what it's been like playing against the #1 ranked team in the country.
It's intense. They're intense. I think we're doing a pretty good job right now. We're where we want to be. Don't want to get out too early. But I think we just need to bring that in second half plus more because they're going to come out kicking and screaming.
Kicking and screaming. Thank you, Ozzy. Appreciate your time. Ozzy Nabuco with us, and I think the theme there is knowing how tough this Northwest Nazarene team is. You just can't have a minute of lapse against them. And the Clan have done a great job. We just want to give you a quick stat on that second quarter, and it was a +7 for Northwest Nazarene. We mentioned their average +7.5 on the year. You can say the Clan survived the second quarter. You get through that one, and the rest of it, I'm not going to say it's going to get easier, but at least you put yourselves in a position against #1 to give yourself a shot in the second half. We'll be back with the numbers and everything else in a few minutes here. Thanks for joining us. We'll take a short break right here on Clan TV.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Hi, my name is Lauren Friedman. I'm in my 5th year of biomedical engineering at SFU, and I play on the women's volleyball team. My first work term was at a company called Braceworks Custom Orthotics, and I did research and product development on a chest brace for pectus carinatum. And my second work term was at a company called Plantiga, where I did research on their insoles that collect data for professional athletes in the military. SFU athletics and co-op have helped facilitate my journey through university by helping me apply what I learned in my sport into the classroom, and also what I learned in the classroom into my sport, and then putting it all together in the real world really helped narrow my focus. I would recommend that SFU athletes participate in co-op because not a lot of people get to play the sport that they love and be in school, and not a lot of people get to explore different areas of work that they love and also play their sport. So putting all those three things together is really a unique opportunity that not a lot of people get.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves. Our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
And welcome back to Clan TV, everybody. Joined now by Simon Fraser assistant coach Malin Smith. Coach, your thoughts on the second quarter? I looked at what Northwest Nazarene has done to teams in the second quarter. It's easily been their best. How much focus do you think you guys brought, and how happy were you after the first quarter?
Oh, honestly, I can't remember the first from the second quarter right now. We did a really good job of rebounding the ball. With 10 offensive rebounds is huge for us, especially against them. They're really, really good at rebounding the ball, so that was a good plus for us.
And what about just the overall feel? This team obviously came in without a loss, and you guys wanted to be in position. How good do you like the overall effect and where you guys are now heading into the second half?
Well, we said we wanted to be down 12 and a half, and that's where we are. So if we can be down 6 going into the fourth, maybe hit a couple threes, we'll kind of be in it. We're just really battling right now. For us, if we can take care of the ball, we got 16 turnovers, we can take care of the ball and maybe hit some threes. I think we'll hopefully be in it in the stretch.
Can you talk about Ozzy Nabuko as well? Just her comeback from an ACL injury, missing the whole season, and she's right in the post. I mean, you see the doubles coming on her so quickly in the way she's commanded
she's
respect.
A special athlete, right? I mean, it's just so fun to watch her play and compete and be able to go up from some passes. It's just been fun to watch her the last couple of games really come into her own.
All right. All the best in the second half, Coach.
Okay,
Thank you so much. Malin Smith, the assistant coach with Simon Fraser, joining us, and a presentation going on right now to Claudia Hart.
And she was instrumental in the initiative to allow female student athletes full athletic scholarships. Tonight, on behalf of Barbara Robertson, the local women's basketball award, and Barbara partner Julia, presenting the award to number 13, Claudia Hart. We'd like to thank Julia for
A presentation there taking place at center court as the team's now back on the floor. And my question was a little too involved for Coach Smith, talking about the second quarter scores and how the Northwest Nazarene had played. But you got the gist of it from Coach Smith, and that is the level of compete that had to be there in that opening half. And she talked about, you know, the number of rebounds. Look at the Clan rebounds, and I'll read it off the box score. Clan with 20 rebounds in that first half, out-rebounding Northwest Nazarene 20-15. But the big deal here, 10 offensive rebounds for Simon Fraser to 13 defensive rebounds on the same boards for Northwest Nazarene. And that is a square win in anybody's book. You get 10 offensive rebounds to the other team's 13 defensive rebounds and a half, especially a team ranked number 1 in Division II basketball. You got to think you're playing with some heart and you're giving yourself a chance to win, and that's all you can ask from this Simon Fraser team in the effort they gave in that opening half. Of course, Northwest Nazarene is as complete as you're going to find. And if they decide to shorten the bench and go with that senior and junior late lineup, they started 3 seniors and 2 juniors. The seniors being McKenna Walker, Ellie Logan, and Raquel Jardine. The juniors, Marina Velez and Avery Albrecht. And Velez and Albrecht were among the best players on the floor. So this is a tremendous challenge for Simon Fraser. Many thought heading into the week you could have had that Central Washington team as a nationally ranked team somewhere in those rankings. They weren't ranked, but Simon Fraser able to come through and beat them and actually taking over third place, head-to-head tied, but with the win over Central Washington would get the nod if the season were to just end because of that victory. So they're doing a great job there. A third-place team in the GNAC now, and doing their best here as they head into the second half against Northwest Nazarene. The leading scorers for the Nighthawks, you know it's going to be balanced. It always is. And Raquel Jardine off to that great start, and 12 points for her to lead all scorers in this basketball game. 9 points for Marina Velez, 7 points off the bench for Maya Rogers, who had a couple of triples. For Simon Fraser, the leading scorer, Sophie Swant, 10 points as well. 8 points for Rosie Nabucco, 6 rebounds as well. 7 points for Jessica Jones and 6 for Taylor Drynan as we get back to action here at the West Gym. That's Drynan. Jessica Jones now. She left the game with the 3 fouls in the first half. Back now on the floor with the rest of the starting group. Here's Drynan, a head fake on the arc. Comes in closer, can't get it to go. Nabucco recycles it quickly out to Swan, back to Taylor. Thought about a 3. Instead, will give it to Jones. Jessica for 3 off the back iron. Sophie Swan with a huge offensive board. Sophie in a bit of pain. She got whacked in the ear. Swan lost her equilibrium there, but manages to stay in the game. That's a dangerous lob pass. Even though Sam Beauchamp has the wingspan, if Jardine's in front of her, that's a dangerous pass. Here's Jardine back up top to Baez. Baez wearing those goggles, wearing number 4, did a great job at the point. Native of Barcelona. Here's Jardine down in the corner. Walker drives into the paint and gets the roll. McKenna Walker, the 5'8" senior of Moses Lake, Washington, with a basket there. 46-36, a 10-point lead. Here's Jones, a turnaround from the elbow, doesn't go. Swant with the old board, and she's going to get fouled by Jardine underneath. Sophie Swant turns on the motor and gets the offensive rebound. She's going to get a couple of free throws here early in this third quarter of play. Take a look at that replay. That is just a matter of wanting it more than your opponent, and Sophie Swant getting to the free throw line. Simon Fraser in a precarious position here with this game at double digits. And that is a team that can bury other teams if they get on a roll from 3. How do you measure the effectiveness of that 3-point game? When do you curtail if it's not working for you? And can you find other ways to score the basketball? Plans sitting in that 2-3 zone here. Jardine kicking it back out, getting it reback on a reset against Beauchamp. She's going to face the basket on the baseline. Great little dish underneath, and she finds Walker coming to the basket. So the lead now at 11, and Swant is going to get fouled. McKenna Walker getting called there. McKenna Walker's 3rd foul of the game. She'll take a seat early. Take a look. McKenna Walker making sure she's okay. But prior to that play, Sophie Swant grabbed her ear. She got swatted on the side of the head, but managed to stay in the game. Sophie went to the ball rack and she got the better ball. I guess Sophie knew which the best ball was. We're collecting balls here. Bruce Langford is a basketball lifer. So fun to listen to here at the minor officials table. Jones, a catch and shoot 3 off the back iron. Jardine corrals the miss, and Baez quickly down the floor. Gonna go right to the rim, doesn't get a roll from the basketball gods. It falls off, and the Clan with a chance here to cut it under double digits. Beauchamp quickly, Sam with the lay-in. Sam Beauchamp, the reward for running the floor, and she could hear the footsteps, but she makes it work. Close quarters underneath the basket. Clan trailing by 9. Here's a drive from Albrecht, quickly to Jardine, and she can be trouble facing the basket with a head of steam. You can see her turn the corner there and the power she brings to the game. 39 Clan, 50 Northwest Nazarene, the 11-point lead for the visitors in black. Here's Dryman for 3, just off the back iron. Beauchamp working hard for the rebound. Her initial scramble helps Dryman get it. And here's Swant. Sophie teeing up. Boy, bodies are flailing, falling to the ground. Sam Beauchamp hits the deck but gets up smiling. And that's because she wins the battle underneath. Jardine's going to get called for the foul. It's her 3rd of the game, so Raquel will take a seat. And Danielle is going to come back into the game. Take a look at this replay as Beauchamp can hear the footsteps coming. Nice layup there for her. Nabucco feeding Drynan for 3, and Taylor knocks down the triple there. Clan now down by 8. Northwest Nazarene has had an answer from 3. They don't get it this time. And that was Carly Parker taking the 3. Skip on the baseline. Sophie, oh, it rolls in and out. It had some backspin, and it came back out of the cylinder. And a tough break there for Swant, trying to cut it to 6 at the other end of the floor. Baez can't score it. Quickly up to Teddy Drynan. Drynan looking for an outlet, finds it in Beauchamp, now back up top to Jessica Jones. Jones finding Nabucco, and what a play that is! The block is called underneath, but Nabucco scores through the contact. And the foul gets called against Carly Parker. Look at that play. Let's take another look at that if we can before the free throw. The dish is as impressive as the make. A miss on the first. Oh. No, it's one free throw. It was a made basket. Let's take another look. Clearly a made basket. I don't know why they would. Was there a violation on the free throw? But Jessica Jones, really, that shows another part of Jessica Jones' game. She just leads Ozzy to the basket. Great chemistry there on that dish and release point. I'm not too sure what the argument is here. So our officials will take it under review again. You want to get back to me, Gabe? I'm not sure what you said. You want the handheld radio for them? I think he said give them the handheld radio. Hey, should I give them my headset? Well, he's... I don't know how they're going to award. I'll figure their possession out here. Certainly Coach Steele's not going to argue the fact it was a made basket. It was clearly a made basket. But nice to have the replay option here in the GNAC, and the officials taking advantage of the setup here at the West Gym. Simon Fraser battling. We talked earlier, had they played a number 1 ranked team in their past, and we believe they have played Anchorage right here in the West Gym when the Seawolves were ranked number 1 in Division 2 women's basketball. That was a victory for Alaska Anchorage on that evening. And here again, another opportunity to play a number 1 ranked team. So a miss on the N1 and possession to Northwest Nazarene, and we're underway. A delay that I'm not too sure how they missed the fact that she had made the basket. A drive, rolls off the back iron. And a second attempt here is going to go in high off the window, and a great effort to stay with it by Maya Rogers. So that lead now at 52-44, an 8-point lead. Swat with the basketball, feeding Nabucco in the post. What a sweeping move that is. Nobody can guard that one-on-one. Callie Logan did her best, but that spin move, that is straight out of a comic book sometimes. Take a look here. Look at the acceleration on that turnaround. So Nabucco doing a great job as a low post threat. And as that, as Ozzy continues to add strength to the frame, she looks awfully at home down there. Making 1 of 2, and it's a 7-point game. Spin move by Vaez. And they're calling a carry there on her, but the officials aren't calling it. The coaches are. A replay of it, but clearly they thought Vaez carried the ball. Vaez now to inbound with a 30 on the shot clock. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Simon Fraser basketball. So the minutes ticking by, we're approaching the midway mark of the third quarter, and the Clan within striking distance here, remaining a threat down by 7. Pinson, the freshman guard, will check in to spell Vaez. Jones to Swant as the Clan now come back up the floor. Nabucco, looking for Sam, couldn't find her, right into the hands of Maya Rogers. So a turnover there as they look to enter down low. Pinson quickly to a feed down to Jardine on the baseline, wants the reverse. Can't get it, Sam, just enough there defensively to stop that reverse lane attempt by Danielle Jardine, the senior. We've got the media timeout on the floor right now. Coach Langford was asking me something. I didn't quite hear what that was. 52-45 with 4:51 left in the third quarter. And it is a whiteout day here. And they are showering the crowd with those whiteout t-shirts. Tonight is the annual West Gym Whiteout. We'll be throwing out white t-shirts throughout the event. And a few lucky fans will have the chance to make a half-court shot to win a $250 SFU bookstore gift card courtesy of the SFU Spirit Shop. And it'll continue tonight throughout this game, and of course tonight as well in the second half of our twin bill when the Simon Fraser men take to the court at 7 o'clock. I apologize, I said 7:30, but 7 o'clock to face the Fairbanks Nanooks. The Clan hoping to get back on the winning track there. Well, actually, they are saying tip-off at 7:30 following this game. I've got 7 and 7:30. It's got to be 7:30. There it is on the screen. My mistake. 7:30 is the tip-off time. Stay with us on Clan TV. And the numbers right now, Simon Fraser shooting 34.8%. They're 16 of 46. Northwest Nazarene shooting a healthy 57%, 20 of 35. Nighthawks with the ball right now. Oh, Hinson's going to turn the ball over. Driving, facing a trap. He's able to get it to Swan. Sophie, cross-court pass looking for Jones. Inspired defensive play there by Maya Rogers as she uses the wingspan to knock it away and hits the deck, slides out of bounds on the baseline. Drynan out, Sands in. So we're past the midway mark here this third quarter. Sophie decides to drive it on the baseline, kicks and goes to Beauchamp. Oh, and just missed, almost had a second chance opportunity as well. Both Parker and Rogers, number 30, number 21, playing solid basketball right now for Northwest Nazarene. Here's Pinson. It's Northwest Nazarene team right now with one starter in the game, and that's number 11, Ellie Logan. Here's Pinson, the high arcing three is not going to fall for her. Look at Nabucco. She went and took that ball away from two Northwest Nazarene players. Simply wanted the ball more. Here's Jones. She's going to put up a three with a hand right in her face. Can't get it to go, and Jardine there with the rebound. Here's Logan. Drives right into Beauchamp, and they're going to call the block on Sam Beauchamp. Sam is staying down on the floor. Let's hope she's okay. Sam Beauchamp getting called for the block. She stood in to try and take the charge and got knocked right to the ground. The training staff now out to tend on Beauchamp. Let's hope she's okay. Oh, Sam, I hope you're okay there. She electing to stay down as the trainers come out, but a lot of contact there underneath the basket. I believe that was Claudia Hart who checked in now and will play in place of Beauchamp. We should take a look at that and see what happened. It really was a quick developing play as Beauchamp came in to try and establish position. Take a look at it here. Sam wants to set herself. And there she takes the contact. Didn't fall straight backwards, but did fall back hard enough. And let's hope that she's okay. They're helping her up right now, and they're giving her a nice hand. And the Clan coaches are requesting a look, if they can take a look at it. Sam is going to come off very slowly here. Sam smiling and laughing as she comes off. Good sign to see. What an impact she's made, leading the GNAC in block shots this year, and she has been an absolute defensive presence. She's altered so much of teams' plans. And Sam's going to take a seat. We hope she's okay. And the free throws now going up.
Substituting for Northwest Nazarene University, number 15, Gabriel.
And missing them both, but they get the offensive rebound. The short little jumper on the baseline, so they get the two anyway. Maya Rogers will convert it. And the lead back now to 9. Simon Fraser playing now without Sam Beauchamp. Their starter, their shot blocking presence down low. And the pressure comes on as Pinson jumps in front of that pass. They were intending a look down low to Kendall Sands, but it's going to go off Pinson's fingertips. So Logan out of the game. Number 23, Jenkins now in, Aaron Jenkins. Here's Jessica Jones with the basketball. Albrecht guarding her. Up top, Sands. And Kendall, a nice hard take to the basket. Trying to get a rejection there was Maya Rogers, but she's going to get called for the foul. Take a look at it right here. Getting physical underneath the basket right now. So Maya Rogers, her second foul of the game as Kendall Sands steps up. Kendall Sands makes them both. Kendall is a tremendous free throw shooter, as is Taylor Drynan. So Simon Fraser in that backcourt group able to maximize those opportunities. Turnaround jumper, close but no cigar there for Rogers. Very quickly the Clan now back up the floor with Sands. She's got Jones all alone in the corner for three, and Jessica off the mark there, wide open. 7-point deficit. Oh, and there's Pinson. She knifes through the defense. And gingerly goes off the window to lay it up and in for a 56-47 lead for the freshman. It's Claudia Hart on the baseline. Turn around back out to Jones. Oh, they're going to call her for the travel. So a tough break there as the Clan wanting to get things going. Taylor Drynan and Sienna Lenz both coming into the game now. Lenz in for Josie Nabucco, number 32, and Drynan in for Jessica Jones. So the backcourt taking on a different look. Sienna Lenz, the rookie out of Abbotsford Secondary School, wearing number 1, is just a terrific, terrific basketball player. Like the rest of the freshmen, finding their way here in the early going of the GNAC season. There's a jumper from Pinson. She's going to knock down a triple. So Pinson, after that short little lay-in, now a three. I don't think she had scored prior to those two baskets, but big ones they are here. Here's Drynan, gets on a loose ball quickly. Sienna thought about the three instead to Drynan. Teddy knocks down the triple. So a big three and much needed. So Drynan knocks down the three ball and makes it a 9-point game. It's all about getting stops here, and the turnover in the post. Collision between Jardine and Swan. I think Jardine took the worst of it. Here's Teddy into the paint. Oh, that pivot. I don't see where the travel was there. Tough break for Simon Fraser. Jones got called for a travel, now Drynan for a travel. And we're looking at that pivot foot. If you look at that pivot foot, that looked pretty solid. So a tough break there for Drynan. And she mimicked that move she made with her pivot foot right for the official to see. Of course, the officials got to make their call, but it certainly looked like a close call. In they go. Great play run by Nazarene. They can't get the finish from Wessels in close. Take a look here. You can see the pivot there right in between the N and the C, and there's no movement on that foot whatsoever. Swant, though, draws some contact, and she gets to the free throw line. The foul on Maya Rogers. A great look at that play by our Clan TV crew. They don't miss anything. And a make there, so 7 points, the basketball karma on the Clan side after that missed call, as Drynan clearly did not travel. Albrecht calling over Pinson. drive in the dish. 15-footer is going to go off the front of the iron, take a funny bounce and go in for Zoe Wessels, a sophomore out of Council, Idaho. Teddy Drynan driving in, can't get it to go. Oh, and Pinson is going to take a fall there. I think Drynan's going to get called for the foul there. So this margin sticking around 9 points. Georgia Swant's going to come in for Taylor Drynan. That's Drynan's third foul of the game. So a really young team on the floor here. Two pure freshmen, two redshirt sophomores. Well, actually, a sophomore and a redshirt sophomore. So a young group for the Clan with the senior Swant as well. Here's Avery Albrecht, number 15. She'll drive and a give to Pinson, who's getting some nice minutes here in the third quarter. 20 seconds left in the frame. Albrecht. Jumper measured, doesn't get there from Logan. And the Clan dodging a bullet there. Shot clock off, 11 seconds remaining. Can they make it count? Georgia for three! Oh, the freshman almost got it. Sienna Lenz kicking to Georgia again. Oh, and they can't get it off in time. Those are two GNAC rookies working it against a clock ticking down. The pressure there against the number one team in the NCAA D2 ranks. And Simon Fraser heads into the fourth quarter trailing by 9. And I think Coach Malin Smith had said, you know, if we can be down by 9 at the half, if we can be down by 6 heading into the fourth quarter. Well, they're down by 9. That's one possession off their goal. It looks like Jessica Jones is going to check in to start this fourth quarter of play. But what a job by the Simon Fraser Clan. 62-51. And we looked at those numbers. The closest or narrowest margin of victory for this team this season has been 5 points, but it's out of the GNAC. That was 80-75 against Colorado Christian in November. We thank our producer Gabe Lynn for those numbers off the top, and that's something to shoot for, if not the victory. Simon Fraser making a statement here, coming in with that 4-game conference win streak and pushing number one as we head into the fourth quarter. Of course, right after this game, we will welcome the Simon Fraser Clan men's team as they get on the floor against the Nanooks of Alaska Fairbanks. You see it right there, a 7:30 tip. Fourth quarter set to begin here. Points in the paint for Northwest Nazarene, a huge advantage, 28-14. And that Nazarene bench has outscored the Clan 12-5. Sophie Swant, cross-court pass to Jessica Jones. The McMath product to Swant. Oh, Sophie wanted to dish. Ozzy almost, well, somehow they get the ball back. Here they go again, still a healthy shot clock. 11 on the shot clock. Jones, the three ball. Bingo! Jessica Jones! A play that looked like it was going nowhere. Somehow the Clan regained control. They reset, and Jones knocks down the big triple. A foul underneath. But the Clan right now within 6. The Nazarene Nighthawks are going to shoot some free throws. Sophie Swant, it looks like, is getting called for the foul. That is only her first of the game, first for the team in the quarter. And it's going to send Ellie Logan to the free throw line. Logan, her first free throw trips of the day. She is 2 for 4 from the field, 4 points in action today, number 11. She's going to knock them both down with ease. 63-55, back to 8 points. You know the drill, 3 seniors, 2 juniors in the starting group for Northwest Nazarene. They're just a tank. And Simon Fraser doing their best here with very, very young roster. There's a pure freshman, Georgia Swan, looking for older sister Sophie. Cross court, Kendall for 3. Off the sideline, what an offensive board by Swan. Back to Jones for 3, and Jessica Jones! The big triple for 33. And the Simon Fraser Clan trail the number 1 ranked team in Division II basketball by 5 points. 8:50 remaining. Jones now with steal. She's got a clear path to the basket, and Jones is going to lay it up and in. Clan now to 63-60. What an effort by Simon. Jones hits the three, gets the steal, goes right to the rim for the layup. 5 quick points, and it's a 63-60 game. Here's Albrecht off the window, can't get it to go. Jones with a rebound. Quickly to Nabucco, finding Sophie. Back to Georgia Swant, now back to her older sister on the baseline. A drive and a whistle, and Sophie takes it right to Northwest Nazarene. McKenna Walker is going to be called for the foul there. Sophie Swant, that is a jet-powered take to the rim. Swant with a make there. Take a look at the replay here on our Clan TV monitor, and you see the big three from Jessica Jones. She came right back on a steal, had just an open path to the basket for the lay-in, and then Swant right back down the floor, right at McKenna Walker. So Swant went 1 of 2. 63-61. Boy, Northwest Nazarene, a couple of opportunities, and really haven't seen them miss the high percentage stuff they've missed the last 2 times down the floor, but they're a basketball team just like Simon Fraser is. Here's Swant looking on the baseline. What a great cut by Kendall. Back to Jones for 3. And she gets the roll! Jessica Jones with a huge triple! Simon Fraser with the 64-63 lead. Simon Fraser with a 1-point lead. Here's Albrecht. She's going to put the shot up off the back iron. Great rebound underneath by Logan. And they cannot score a basket. Logan right underneath the rim. Couldn't get that to go. Nabucco on the floor. Tries to get it. It looks like it's going to be wrestled away though. Vaez gets it. And here come the Nighthawks. Northwest Nazarene. 3 trips down the floor have been stymied. They go to their post. And Jardine can't. They call a jump ball. And I believe that is going to stay with Northwest Nazarene. Great to see Sam Beauchamp, number 20, back on the floor. Take a look at the replay of that triple. Extra pass underneath, and Jones. Oh, that's karma. Wow, Sophie just took one. Swan just took a charge underneath the basket. Simon Fraser basketball doing what they need to do. The bench up applauding. What an effort by the Clan. Ooh, but very quickly here they come. Vaez now. Simon Fraser, a great job to rally. Trailed by as many as 12, now have a lead in the 4th quarter. 6:44 remaining. Vaez with the basketball. You skip it to Jardine against Beauchamp. Sam does a great job positionally, and here they come again. Jones to Swan coming across half court. Now to Jessica Jones. Mid-range jumper for Jessica Jones. From the elbow, knocks it down. And Jessica Jones on fire for SFU. Northwest Nazarene calls a timeout. They got to talk things over. Jessica Jones has turned this game on its side. You might want to say on its head, amazingly. What a surge by the Clan. Take a look at the replay here. Jess has been knocking them down from Richmond, but this time she steps up a little closer to Burnaby Mountain and knocks one down. What a job by Jones in a shooting groove. What an effort by Simon Fraser. 66-63, the score, 6:17 remaining. So So Simon Fraser with a huge rally here. There's an old saying about counting chickens though, and clearly you don't do that by any stretch against a team like Northwest Nazarene, but great to see the Clan faithful rewarded. Simon Fraser playing great basketball. And what a terrific job they've done in this comeback. The largest lead was 12 points. Simon Fraser now with a 3-point lead, and that lead is their largest of the game as well. So a terrific job by the Clan to catch up, and good news as well to see Sam Beauchamp back on the floor after taking that hard tumble. The group right now is the starting group along with Kendall Sands. She and Drynan have played terrific basketball here today. There's a jumper for 3, and they are not going to be able to knock that one down. Stone cold as Nazarene gone. Avery Albrecht with a miss there from 3. Kendall Sands now with the basketball. There's Ozzy. She's able to save it, get it back to Kendall, up to Jessica. Jones. Shot clock's now at 10. Sophie for 3, that looks good. And it is! Sophie Swant knocks it down! 3-pointer from Swant, 69-63. Six-point lead, the largest of the game here for Simon Fraser. Northwest Nazarene has gone stone cold, and you don't want to be premature with anything, but they need to get things going from their perspective. They've been getting chances, but Simon Fraser just enough pressure. There's Jardine, right at the shot clock buzzer, can't get the shot to fall. Simon Fraser doing a great job here. You see the veteran-laden team looking to the sidelines, and Steve Steele, the head coach, telling them, hey, just calm down, everything's good. 4 seconds away from the midway mark of the fourth quarter. Simon Fraser leading this game. Of course, this Nazarene team coming in with a 17-0 record. Number 1 ranked team in one of the 2 Division II polls, number 3 in the other. So you know you're playing the cream of the crop here. Clan, an unranked team. Swat with a basketball. Goes to Beauchamp, back up to Jessica Jones. Cross court, Swant with a jumper. Oh, just off the mark there. Thought that was going, and Nabucco wrestling for a loose ball underneath. And I think maybe he's going to get called for the foul here underneath. Just a little too aggressive underneath the basket. So the second team foul, her 4th of the game. We'll see how they're going to handle that. There's a timeout on the floor. Let's take a look at the replay. Mosey getting in just a bit too close against Jardine. We should let you know about the SFU Spirit Shop. They have SFU branded clothing and merchandise. They're proud to support SFU athletics, and the Spirit Shop is located at the Burnaby campus in the Maggie Benson Center. And you see the Clan faithful getting excited here today in the West Gym, as that score clock showing you the whole story there. We just told you about the SFU Spirit Shop. A lot of spirit in the building today in this West Gym whiteout night. Simon Fraser men, Alaska Fairbanks to follow. But right now, what a tremendous effort Simon Fraser has put out. And certainly they have the attention of the GNAC world right now, with a 6-point lead over number 1 in the country, in the nation, in the NCAA Division II ranks. 4:37 remaining. Claudia Hart now checking into the game. She's out there with Jones, Swant, Sands, and Beauchamp. 69-63 the score. Clan shooting 6 of 8 in this quarter, 75%. There's a give to Jardine, who just barrels into Beauchamp, or into Swant, check that. Sophie was there about an hour before she got there. She still tried to go right through her. And Swant will absorb the contact anytime for her team. She does it gladly there, and it's a turnover. Here comes some pressure. Looking for Jones, who's going to fight her way across half court. Baez almost got the steal. Sands now will slow it down. Shot clock edges closer to 10 here for Kendall Sands. The Coquitlam native back up top to Jones. The lob underneath the Beauchamp, and Sam lays it up and in. Sam looked like she was down for the count. She's back on the court and she lays it up and in. And it's a 71-63 lead for the Clan. Sam's layup with time running down here. There's Baez. She's going to snap a cold spell for Northwest Nazarene. So the lead cut to 6 points now with 3:35 remaining. Here's Claudia Hart. Claudia, what a take. Her best take of the game. And the redshirt sophomore from Seacove Secondary in North Vancouver takes it hard to the hole. So the foul being called against Ellie Logan. Number 11, her third of the game. Break there from the stripe. Hart wants to not leave any points on the floor here. Take a look here on the Clan TV replay. Look at Sam right to the window. Great effort there from Beauchamp. Here's Hart's second free throw. She'll nail that one. 72-65. Puts the lead at 7. A huge spurt from Jessica Jones at both ends of the floor has led to this separation. The Northwest Nazarene on the verge of recovering their ability, and they do. They are now answering their last 2 possessions. They have scored it. They are so very dangerous. The lead now at 5. We talked about needing the whole 40. If you don't give the whole 40 here, you're just not going to win the basketball game. There's a foul. It's going to get called against McKenna Walker. Oh, Ellie Logan, excuse me, Ellie Logan, and it's her 4th. So Logan, one of the starters on this team. Sophie steps in and nails it. She knocks it down. Swant's got, I believe, 18 in this game now. She's got 11 boards. She's got a double-double and has played a terrific basketball game. There's a rebound there by Logan. Logan with the 4 fouls. Spinning, laying it up and in. So Northwest Nazarene, back to their true selves, have scored on, I believe it's 3 of their last 4 trips down the floor. And they are coming. Simon Fraser getting opportunities but missing free throws. Swant back up to Jones. That shot's going to get blocked. The whistle blows as Baez is ready to go up the court. Not sure what happened. Is it... looks like it's Jardine. I didn't see what happened. That is Raquel Jardine. She took one to the face. I'm not too sure. She's... Here comes Northwest Nazarene, though, just in case you were wondering. They are a terrifically talented team. Officials are here at our replay booth, and they're going to take a look, but we will stay with you here, 73-69. Well, their thought, I think, is to check what happened with Jardine away from the play. And that was an accidental collision, as we saw in the replay clearly. Jardine and Beauchamp, their heads came together, and there was a bit of a collision there, but clearly Sam wasn't even looking. She was heading up the court at the time. But that is absolutely painful for Raquel Jardine. You saw her head snap back, and she was bracing herself around the cheekbone and nose area of her face. So that one hurt. The officials say they want to look one more time. So we've had a number of breaks here in this contest. 73-69. That Clan group coming out on the floor. Video review now, and the officials will head up and render a decision. And they will conference, but it certainly looked completely accidental. Certainly didn't look like. I mean, if you're going to inflict something there, you would almost have to be headbutting the player. And certainly Samantha Beauchamp would never do that. You could tell she was simply looking up the floor. And I don't think either player saw the other. And Jardine and I heard the referee say inadvertent contact, so clearly that's what they're looking for. It certainly didn't look like anything intentional. And Beauchamp was headed one way. Jardine, her face was turned the other way, and as she started moving, went into Beauchamp's face. So I don't think anything's being made of this. Just hope these players are okay sitting for extended periods of time at the minor officials table. They're going to have to start warming up. Some of the breaks have been quite extensive here today. 73-69 the score. Nazarene trailing, but here she comes. She's done that all night. This time, Baez can't score it. She loves the 94-foot coast-to-coast layups. Here's Sophie. Hand off to Kendall Sands. Albrecht guarding her now. Jardine. To go to Nabucco. Shot clock's down to 10. They were going down a low pass to Beauchamp, and that's a hard pass for Sam to corral in tight quarters. Here's a drive, and it's going to be contact and a free throw trip for Ellie Logan. Northwest Nazarene getting right back to that aggressive dribble drive style we saw in the opening quarter of play when they really took early control. There is Logan, unable to score it on the first opportunity. And a miss there too. They're leaving points on the floor. Nabucco worked hard for that basketball, but they're going to say Northwest Nazarene basketball. So the Nighthawks, despite the protests, will keep the basketball here. Here's Baez, she's got the basketball. 1:48 remaining. Back up top. Go to Albrecht. Avery's drive in the paint. Ooh, and I think Swant's going to get called for the foul there. She stood in there indeed. Sophie Swant will get called for the foul. 1:36 remaining. And that's her second foul of the game, but they will shoot free throws in. Avery Albrecht at the free throw line. A one-possession game. Clan had built the lead up to 9 points. A 21-point swing from their 12-point deficit. Now, what an effort here by Simon Fraser throughout the course of this evening. Their counterpunches have been impressive, and their last one, a salvo that gave them a lead, but here come the Nighthawks. They look so good in the last, you'd say, dozen possessions down the floor. Here's Beauchamp handling the ball in the open court quickly. They get it to the guard, Sands. Albrecht guarding her. Swant, cross-court pass. Jones tees up a three. It's not going to get there. Just off the side iron and out. Logan loses control. That is Swant. Oh, and that's going to be a Simon ball, but what a huge collision coming out of bounds. And Danielle Jardine, boy, did she fall? I don't think she fell on top of the basketball. Sure looked like it. A real hard collision there. Right into the table. These ladies playing for keeps here with 1:08 remaining. Take a look at that replay. Oh, that is a huge collision as Jardine and Ozzy Nabucco. 73-71. Clan with the lead, but the Nighthawks have rallied. They've erased 7 points off the largest lead. They're only down by 2. We're under a minute remaining. Strap yourselves in for the stretch drive here as Baez to McKenna Walker underneath to Jardine. Wants that reverse look. She gets it. This game is tied at 73. Bruce Langford calling for a timeout as soon as they cross half court. 41.9 seconds. They want to talk things over. Timeouts remaining. 2 for Nazarene, 3 for Simon Fraser. 41.9 seconds remaining. Whew. Simon Fraser, when they came and took that lead away from Northwest Nazarene, there was about 8 minutes left in this basketball game. Sophie Swan hit a 3 to make it 69-63, and the Clan built on that lead even off a Samantha Beauchamp lay-in. Well, actually calling Simon Fraser's largest lead is actually, I'm not sure if it went to 8 or 9, but anyway, it's tied now with 41.9 seconds remaining. And so much of what Northwest Nazarene has done to establish that early momentum. Their strong dribble drive game, powering the ball to the basket, and just using their overall team strength down low, low base of strength overall through this entire group. They just make you physically feel it. But a tie game with 41 seconds, and the starting point guard now, Taylor Drynan, back into the basketball game. Clan's starting group, except for Beauchamp, who's now on the bench. Kendall Sands off the bench is in. She passes to Drynan. Taylor, the shot clock down to 5. Drynan on the baseline. They've got to get that up quickly. They do. Oh, and it falls with 18.7! 18.7 for Kendall. A 3-ball makes it 76-73. And a timeout called. What a huge shot by Kendall Sands off the feed from Taylor Drynan. And look at the emotion as Taylor Drynan leads her team off the floor here. They are pumped. Simon Fraser, that was a clutch shot from the baseline corner. Drynan takes the feed as the shot clock is winding down to 0. We'll take a look at it right here. Right in front of those accumulated Fairbanks Nanooks men's players waiting for this next game to start. Look at that shot. Look at the backspin from Taylor Drynan as she nails the biggest 3 of the year for Simon Fraser. Off the calm pass from Drynan. Taylor Drynan knew that shot clock was running down. She knew she didn't have a shot in the congestion underneath the basket. So she finds Sands in the baseline corner, and Kendall, what a huge shot for Kendall Sands. 12.7 seconds left. The timeout taken by Northwest Nazarene. And certainly they will scheme, and the fact that it's a 3 with this kind of time left on the clock, you look down their roster, and if there's a 3-ball to come, likely you'd look at someone like McKenna Walker, number 10, potentially. See if Walker floats out beyond the arc. Jones is guarding her. Walker's got 3 triples, I think, in this game. They were looking for Albrecht. Instead's going to put it up off the mark. It's not going to go. The Simon Fraser Clan have done it. They have beaten number 1. Simon Fraser 76. Number 1 Northwest Nazarene 73. What a huge victory. This is the Clan's biggest win in GNAC League competition since joining the NCAA. They have taken down number 1. A 17-game win streak has been snapped here. Simon Fraser with a massive victory here tonight. They take down number 1 Northwest Nazarene. What an incredible performance by the Simon Fraser Clan. They have done it. They win their 5th straight in the conference. They say thank you to the crowd here on Whiteout Night, and they have done it. They have taken down number 1. It's a massive victory here for the Simon Fraser clan. And we're going to be joined by a couple of clan, but Kendall Sands anyway. Kendall, just talk about that 3 and what you were feeling when you took it.
Really? Not on the mic,
You can see that. She's getting doused by her teammates here. Here comes Claudia, and she's going to give her more water.
Really? When Teddy drove, I knew she would find me, and really I just need to shoot the shot that I do every day in practice, and really just take a breath and go, I can hit this, and I did, and this is awesome.
Team belief, you just beat the number 1 team in Division II basketball.
It seems unreal, to be honest, yeah. I had a feeling we got this. We have our momentum, and I think we can keep it the rest of the season, so I'm really proud of this team.
Congratulations to you guys. Thank you so much, Kendall.
Thanks.
All right, Kendall Sands after the huge victory, and she is doused by her teammates here. And what a victory here for the Simon Fraser clan. We're going to wrap things up quickly. We would like to get the final box here. Just we go through some of the numbers before we'll do it very quickly here. If we can, the huge shot, and you talked about what Kendall said. She talked about what she was feeling. Teddy Drynan, the picture of calm, delivering that pass underneath the basket, and Sands right in front of those NNU players on the men's team gathered to come out on the court, just puts up the high arcing 3 and it falls, and it was a tremendous effort for the Simon Fraser clan basketball team. They beat number 1 76-73, and we're going to take a look at the numbers right now. Leading scorer for Simon Fraser in that game, Jessica Jones finishes with 20 points. Sophie Swant with 18. Taylor Drynan with 12, and Ozzy Nabucco with 11. 11 rebounds as well for Swant, a double-double as well, a double for Ozzy Nabucco. On the other side, the 14 points of Raquel Jardine leading the way. A historic night here for Simon Fraser clan women's basketball, 76-73 over the number 1 ranked Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. Hope you enjoyed it. Howard Smurr for the entire Clan TV crew. Stick around. We've got more action to come. Simon Fraser, Alaska Fairbanks in a few moments right here on Clan TV.